Welcome to the Windy City Bender Podcast with your hosts, Nolly, Poetzy, and Jarom.
Hey there, everybody. How are ya? This is episode 47. The Marty St. Pierre, because nobody else wore the number 47 that was worth more of a damn than he was
Decently
on the
relevant.
Blackhawks. So, yeah. Here, as per usual, is me, Poets. How are ya? And Nolly.
Hey,
And Jarom.
How's it going?
Good.
how's it going?
How's it going?
Good. How's everybody's week been?
It's only Tuesday.
Yeah,
It is only Tuesday.
it is.
Feels like it should be about Friday.
Yeah.
At least Thursday.
Yeah. Cool. Well, this is our Blackhawks preview episode, where we will go over what happened last year. Because we want to
It'll
relive
take
that
2
again.
seconds.
Yeah. Because we want to relive that again, and then we'll look forward to this upcoming year, and a couple surprising stories. This is going to be an interesting year for the Hawks. It can go a couple different ways. Could go well, and it could go south before October is over. So, kicking it off with the last year for the Blackhawks. First time.
Hawks talk!
There it is. The first hot stock of the year.
Hawks
Hawks.
talk!
There you go. First time the Hawks have missed the playoffs since the 07-08 year. First year of Kane and Taves back in 07-08. So,
Marty
Bit-
Havlat.
yeah, Marty Havlat. Nice little streak there. Come to an end. 33, 39, and 10 with 76 points. Very, very last place in the very, very good Central Division. How did we feel about last year, fellas?
Finished lower than the Oilers, in case you forgot.
God damn it, I keep on forgetting, and it makes me mad every time.
Do you ask how we felt?
Yeah. How did we feel about how the season went
Oh,
last year?
it's just great.
Fantastic.
It was a fun time.
Mhm.
Good to watch. Yeah,
Good.
Just what we wanted.
No, fucking bullshit. I mean, for all those people, all those years saying, "Oh, we don't need Crawford. He's an average goalie. Oh, let's keep Rantha. Let's keep Darling." Piss off. Obviously, the Hawks need Crawford. Found out today that he's cleared to play, but he's starting to practice, which is fucking good news for the Hawks. He's not going to play right away.
They just placed him on the IR, too, a little bit ago.
Yeah.
So to start the season off.
So yeah, that's fucking good fucking news though, because without him they were shit because the defense is brutal now, and they had no offense even though they brought in Saad to create more offense for Taves. Nothing that didn't work, and now wouldn't you know he's playing with Kane.
6 goals for Brandon Saad in the first 3 games, I believe. 3 or 4 games. I can't remember exactly what it was. He had 12 after. 12.
Yeah.
12.
Man, did that fucking suck.
Awful. That's awful.
So, I mean, Kaner, 27 goals, 76 points. Brinksy Cat to Brinkett, 28 goals, 52 points.
He was
That's
like
good.
he was like the highlight of the season.
Is he a basically 30-30 guy?
Basically.
He's looking like a 30-30 guy. Well, maybe a 24-24 guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Close.
So, I mean, there were some bright spots-ish, but it's all grow. Like, we need Crawford and that to be able to do anything this year.
And I think it's not so much that... I don't think it's so much to where it's like Corey Crawford is,
Carey Price.
Exactly. I don't think it's that. I think a lot of it also has to do with how the team plays in front of Crawford versus how they're able to play in front of Anton Forsberg. I mean, or even Cam Ward for that matter.
Yeah. It's a different mindset going into the game, knowing you have Crow to lean on.
Exactly.
And
you're almost afraid to make a mistake with anybody else back there.
And as soon as one little bad bounce goes the wrong way, it's like, oh, here we go again. But when Crawford's in net, it's like one bad bounce, and it's like, oh, well, it's just one bad bounce. Like, we can bounce back from that, So it's definitely a mindset thing, and I think a lot of guys just had off years, which they've had their first off year in how long, though? Like, it's frustrating, but it's like, we got so many good years that we keep expecting the best years.
Exactly. And I mean, that's the other thing too. It's unfortunate that Taves, Seabrook, Keith, Saad, Kane even had something of an off year. I mean, 76 points really isn't Patrick Kane-nian.
Kane-like.
He even came out and basically implied he wasn't happy about Panarin being gone, and that his numbers were because of that.
How much that ended up being a huge factor. So, I don't know. Who knows? It definitely seems like this year Patrick Kane means business. And we talked about it before at the CPHL where Kaner was talking about how he is winning the Art Ross this year.
The Hart
this year. He looks real good. I mean, training camp, he ruined Cam Ward. Obviously, it's not that hard to ruin Cam Ward, but training camp festival, he ruined Cam Ward, so he's going to pick up where he left off.
Kind of looking ahead, do you think he can get 100 points without Panarin?
The thing is, he can't. It's not Quenneville's way. But that line, that year was one of the very few years that he's been on just one line. Kane, Anisimov, and Panarin.
That's true.
He was always shuffling lines, which I get it. I understand. You want to keep it fresh. You want to kind of keep the other team on edge. You want to see how people can mesh with other people who can kind of pick whoever else up. But
also, at that point, guys like Vinny Hinostroza don't play their best game because they're always on a new line and they can't get any chemistry going.
Exactly, and it's like them. Right. It's like DeBrincat played, I would say, probably 10 games, 15 games on the third line.
Yeah.
What is he going to do on the third line?
Yeah, he's not third line.
What is he going to do on the third line?
Especially with the way some of the guys were playing,
right,
and the way he was playing.
Exactly.
Drop him down.
Exactly. So I mean, I think he just needs some. If he has a line that he's going to be on for an entire year, I don't think there's going to be any question that he can at least get close. So I mean, that was really last year. Not much to say other than it was ugly.
When you got Keith, your best defenseman, getting 2 goals.
And a minus 29.
Yeah. He needs to be better. They all need to be better. That's just what it comes down to.
I mean, like I said, it was unfortunate that so many people had bad years, off years, some of them the worst of their careers. It was unfortunate that all happened in one season. But don't mistake that for a coincidence that it all happened while Corey Crawford was out of commission. So,
and no host on the lineup.
Yeah, how big was that?
Well, I mean, a lot of people were saying that it was Saad. Like, Saad was the reason that Taves didn't produce as much, or didn't play as he typically does. But, I mean, honestly, losing Saad and Hossa, it's just, that was the line. That's your first line for, 3 years?
Yeah.
I mean, losing those guys for Taves was huge.
You mean Sharp and Hossa? You said Saad and Hossa.
No, Saad, Hossa, and Taves. They were on line.
Oh, you're talking about way back?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant guys that we had just lost this past year. I see.
No, I mean, after Taves, playing with those 2 guys for so long, and that line being such a good shutdown, but also, scoring key goals when you need to, that was huge. And then you lose both your guys, and now you keep rotating guys in to try and keep Taves to be Taves. That's difficult, too, on Taves.
Right. Yeah, it was a tough year. Even as disappointing as the year was, would you guys say that the off season was just as disappointing, maybe even a little bit more so?
Yeah.
I mean, is it not disappointing with Bowman?
Right.
I mean, you're expecting.
They say we're going to go out and make moves.
Right.
So you're expecting to make moves. And then he goes and signs Cam Ward, Chris Kunitz, and Brandon. And then they're done. Sick.
Yeah, I mean,
those are some great moves.
You're expecting, not so much big ticket names, but I mean, guys like John Moore, Tommy Wingles, who we said from the very beginning we were going to end up bringing back at some point. Guys like that.
And not moving guys like Hinestroza and Osterlund, which I understand you had to do, but still, that sucks. Because Hinestroza was a good player, and we keep trading our prospect D. Even if Osterley wouldn't have cracked the lineup, like, we don't have many guys
right
behind what we have right now, and that's obviously what we need.
Our youth prospect pool, I feel, is just like smaller and smaller every year as Bowman's trying to make these bringing the guys in that's going to help the core right away instead of letting these younger guys develop into positions that could be those guys that help the core,
Which we have the offense and we have the offensive prospects. Like, we brought up guys like Schmaltz and, we had Hinestroza, Hartman. I mean, we had a ton of guys, and he just either moves them or Hugh just stops playing them because he can't find the right fit for them. But, I mean, those guys are there, but Bowman keeps moving the D because he thinks we need to get these big-ticket name forwards.
Rentals.
But, yeah, all forwards, too. Like, when was the last time we brought in a defenseman that was, like, a decent big name?
Yeah.
Rob Scuderi, Johnny Oduya,
Kimmo Timonen,
yeah, and I mean all those guys were on, not Oduya, but back ends of their careers.
Yeah, even Johnny was.
Yeah, but he kind of got revitalized with the Hawks, so he was good.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's just extremely frustrating too because it's like the lack of moves that we make when we're in the division that just seems to be getting better and better every offseason and every year.
Mm-hmm. Look at what the Blues did. The Blues were a good team. They traded away Stats, and they still almost made a run for the playoffs, and then they got even better this year. Like, that's scary.
Yeah.
Ryan O'Reilly on that team is going to be so good.
Tyler Bozak. You throw him into the mix, man, that fucking center depth is looking a hell of a lot better.
Yep. And their defense has always been hard and tough. Their only downfall is their goaltending, but if they're not going to end up giving shots, I mean...
And they got a goalie that when he's hot, he can be hot.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, you got Winnipeg and Nashville. It's like you're fighting for a wild card spot at this point.
Right off the bat. Right off the bat.
Yeah. So, and Dallas is always has high hopes, but never does anything with them.
Remember, Ben Bishop's going to make them a playoff team.
Oh, yeah, as long as he's healthy. And then there's Minnesota with the Bruce Boudreau factor that we always talk about. I mean, good regular season team make the playoffs and don't do shit. So, I mean, where can the Hawks fall in at? But, I mean, yeah, not many. Like we said, Kunitz, 1 year, $1 million. Manning, 2 years, 2.25. Davidson, they just recently signed 1 year, $650,000, and then Ward, 1 year, $3 million.
That Davidson might be the best move.
The no trade clause on the.
And
the no movement clause on Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Gotta keep him down for that 1 year.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, absolutely. And then they lost guys like Clendenning, Anthony Duclair, who signed for a cheap price. Cheap price.
Nothing.
Which I would have loved to see him get a full year with the Hawks. Get hurt.
A 20-something-year-old for under $1 million versus, a 39-year-old for $1 million?
Yeah. Lance Boma, guy was out there with his heart on his sleeve every night he was out there.
He and Tommy Wingels were our best
Most
players.
consistent. Most consistent
so many
players.
nights.
Yeah. Left to the Swiss League, and then Cody Franson, who poor bastard, never had a chance. That went to the K.
I'm so confused by
I
that.
still
still.
I still don't understand that.
I don't get that move. Why even think about picking that guy up if we're not even going to utilize him?
Why tell him to wait till you get LTIR to sign him? Like, I don't know.
Stupid.
And then, of course, Sharpie retired.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we'll see a lot of him, though, on the TVs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's going to look beautiful on NBC Sports.
I'll never forget the last year in the playoffs when Sharpie came in, and it was like people were taking pictures of Sharp, and it was like the guy, you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about, and then it was JR dressed all in white out in the Winnipeg. And his hair is like all over the place, and then Sharpie was just sitting there looking nice in his suit.
Uh-huh. That's funny as hell. To be honest with you, even as bad of a year as we had last year, forward lines, they don't look terrible.
They don't.
I kind of enjoy that DeBrincat, Taves, Cahoon line.
That was a great line.
Cahoon's looked pretty good at 24. No,
he's kind of a monster.
Yeah,
Cahoon. I mean, Sod, Schmaltz, and Kane. Like I said, if we can keep just one solid line, Kane is able to make anybody a superstar.
I like Schmaltz and Kane together a lot. And I think Sod is just going to find his scoring touch with Kane instead of with Taves, because
100%.
If somebody's in a scoring job, just throw him with Kane. Like, I'll get at least 1 point playing with Kane.
The question I have about Schmaltz is Q going to keep him at center?
Schmaltz has always been ticketed to be Taves' replacement as the number one center.
Yeah, but like over the past couple of years, he hasn't played much center. He's kind of he's been moving to the wing a lot the last couple of years.
Well,
who else are they going to put in the middle though?
Flip flop Sod and Schmaltz maybe, because if you do that, if Sod can win a face off, Sod's more of a two-way player.
Yeah.
So and he's kind of the guy that would get dirty in the corners and then get to the front, kind of like a Nisimov, but more skill. So I don't think that would be a bad option. Like I said, as long as he can win face-offs and play right position, because your center is kind of your best two-way guy.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't hate that too much, but other than that, you don't have many options to move Schmaltz off the center.
Yeah.
And that's if Schmaltz is winning face-offs too. Because that's something they lacked last year.
Yeah, no shit. You know who was the worst at it? Our third-line center, Artem Anisimov. Boy, was he brutal in the face-off dot. I think the thing with Anisimov this year, people have to go into the season understanding that he's not going to do what he did with Kane and Panarin. He is your third-line center now. I mean, he's just not going to put up that many points. Now, that's not to say that they're not going to score at all. I mean, David Kampf, I like him. He's a good player, kind of a gritty grinder guy.
Yeah.
Chris Kunitz has been known to score big goals in big moments. Who knows if he could do that this year, being 84 years old. But it's not a bad shutdown third line.
Yeah, it's going to be it's a true third line.
Yeah. I would almost like to see Marcus Kruger as that third line center, though, as opposed to Artem Anisimov.
And him not even at center is like kind of strange,
confusing as hell because he was good.
Looking at the lineup, little upset Segura didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he's going to be really good, and I thought he played pretty well. But I think he'll get the call up at some point. I
was reading some quotes about Quenneville, and he was saying something along the lines of what we were just kind of talking about. Of, they want to get him to down to Rockford so he can get like top two line minutes.
That's fair.
Whereas if he was here with the Hawks, exactly, he's not going to be doing what he's supposed to be doing. So I'm kind of okay with that. I don't like that on the scratches list, we've got John Hayden.
Yeah, that I'm not a fan of.
Not the biggest fan of that because he is a spark plug and a half.
I think it's just funny how high the Hawks are on him, and he's like a projected to be like third, fourth line guy, and it's like you guys are so high on this kid, and
because he's such an energy guy, though.
Yeah,
it's almost like Ryan Hartman was, but Hartman had more skill, obviously, than John Hayden. But the back end is really where things get bad.
Dicey.
Keith and Jokiharju right off the bat, I'm nervous.
Jokiharju, baby, let's go.
Right off the bat, I'm nervous. Because we know Keith is suspect. Keith is suspect, so are we actually going to end up depending on this
19-year-old?
18, 19? Yeah, 19-year-old kid to be making up for this veteran, former Norris Trophy winning defenseman's mistakes? Or is it going to be one of those things where Keith is like, hey, Henry, do what I do, and then there's just nobody back and it's a 2-on-0 on Anton Forsberg?
See, looking at, well, it's going to be Cam Moore, not Forsberg. He should have been out. Or he should have been safe.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Looking at it, it's like, okay, you got Keith Jokiharju, and then you got Manning and Seabrook. But it's like, why you have two guys that play very offensive games that could possibly get caught, especially Keith as he's older, and we saw it a ton last year. And then you have Manning and Seabrook, who are kind of stay-at-home guys, kind of throw their weight around, kind of gritty guys. I don't. Keith at his best years playing with Jarom. You kind of need that stay-home guy to be with a guy like Keith. And then for Jokiharju, putting him with a stay-at-home guy is perfect to let him go kind of roam and then see when he gets caught, but still have a guy back just for that safety net.
So you're saying flip-flop Jokiharju and Seabrook?
Or even Manning.
No,
I know
Manning.
Guy, but Seabrook, I don't know.
I would almost flip-flop Jokiharju and Manning.
Yeah, that's what I would
trust
do.
Jokiharju with a guy like Brandon Manning at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying switch Jokiharju and Manning.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant... I see. I understand what you're saying. I thought you meant you wanted Jokiharju with Manning.
No,
I
I'm trying to
understand
get
now.
Seabrook with Jokiharju.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm seeing Brandon Manning on your top D pair with Duncan Keith is not a good sign.
Gross.
I don't know. But also you got Ruda Murphy and Forsling.
I wouldn't necessarily hate Gustafsson going up and playing with Keith either.
It's true.
Gus he might be our best defensive defenseman.
Could be.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having him with Keith, or maybe even with Seabrook, and having Manning and Davidson together, but Manning and Davidson together also doesn't sound great. Yeah, I mean, Jan Ruda, he's serviceable.
Murphy's hurt right now.
Murphy's hurt. Gustav Forsling, at this point, we got to trade him. This poor bastard.
Yeah.
He's just never going to crack the lineup. I mean, it's almost like Stephen Johns all over again.
Yeah.
You know? Every year, it's like, you're just that close.
Yeah. We'll call you up for a couple
Keep coming back. Just kidding. Have fun with your 1,000th game in the AHL. Yeah, defense is, once again, the main issue. And that was supposed to be the focus this offseason coming in. But we decided, no, we're going to hang on to...
When your 8th overall pick, Boquist, going into the season, you say he's 2 to 3 years away. And then during camp, you're like, man, he could almost make it. Should show how brutal your D is.
Yeah.
Because Boquist, he looked awesome in the few preseason games he played. He looked awesome. You could tell he's not ready for that.
That should not be a compliment to the Blackhawks.
No. That's 100% a compliment to Boquist.
Yes, absolutely. It should not be a compliment to the Blackhawks. That should be an embarrassment, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
It does get you excited though for when him and Yokoharu are together.
Fuck yeah, it does. Holy shit. I'm getting so excited. Like, oh,
And then
they're
to
gonna be
Brinket
so
and
good. To Brinket and Schmaltz.
right next to him, yeah.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, they have some good tools that are gonna be coming up, but
The new core is kind of taking like it's starting to take a like.
you
picture.
can see it coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can definitely see it coming.
Mm-hmm. And then in net, we talked about it. It's going to start out with Cam Ward and Anton Forsberg. Lord help us for the first 2-3 weeks that Corey Crawford can't be in.
I have a question. I have a question about this. So just spitballing here. Q said that he was not going to rock 3 goalies this year, no matter what we're going with 2. Should we almost keep 3 and just kind of ease, just so, give Crawford some extra time off, so he doesn't even have to dress and like.
No. I mean, he's been off for 9 months. As soon as he gets back in there, he's not going to want to come out. He's going to want
feeling good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, start him out slow. I give him 2 games in a row and then give Ward the third. Give him 2 games in a row, give Ward the third. Give him 3 games in a row, give Ward the fourth. And then just kind of see how he feels after that. Doing that says to me that they have zero confidence that he's actually okay.
Well, the thing is, they said that the earliest he can come back is the 18th of October. They said the earliest.
Yeah.
So they're not even saying
and with Crow,
it's guaranteed.
Right. With Crow, he's always been the one where they're like, yeah, he'll be there by the start of the year. And he's always been like, well, I don't so.
feel good.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think that's actually going to happen. So this might be another thing where they're like, yeah, the 18th, that's when he's going to come back. But it might end up being Crawford saying, you know what, maybe I'd like to just wait off till November.
That's why they said, like, the earliest. Because, it's... I'm happy that they're taking their absolute time with it. I know it basically cost us our season playoffs last year.
They were 17, 14, and 3 when Crawford went down.
Yeah.
And he ended the year 16, 9, and 2. So he literally had all but one of the Hawks wins
when he went down.
When he went down in December.
Yeah. Yeah, so honestly, at this point, take your time.
Yep. 100%.
We obviously we need Crawford.
And if they're in a position to where they start out the year and they're either at 500 or a couple games over 500,
let it ride.
Yeah. Let it ride out for a little bit and let them
give more
feel
time.
A little bit better.
Yeah.
Right. But if we're in a position to where we're 5-6 games under 500 right off the jump, and then it might be like, okay, Crow, are you good to go? Let's hit the gas on this thing. So, and the other thing too that I'm going to be interested to see, I've been thinking about it for a little bit, is I'm interested to see whether or not Q rushes it based off of how hot his hot seat is. So like if the Hawks get out to a slow start and he's like, fuck, I know I don't have too much time left here unless something turns around, I got to get Crow back in the lineup. Is he going to be like, all right, Crow, we need you. I need you now or else I'm out.
Kind of force the hand a little bit, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah and no. It's like, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, it's not like, I don't know, like... Sorry, Q, you're on the hot seat, but like also it's this guy's mental health.
Exactly.
Like, piss off.
Is it worth ruining the rest of his career
just to keep your job for another season?
Mm-hmm. Well, and let's talk about that for a little bit too. I mean, is it really even Q that's on the hot seat, or is it Stan? Is it both? I mean, I personally think I don't agree with it, but I personally think that if one were to go first, it's going to be Q.
Yeah, coaches always take the fall first.
That's how it always goes.
Yeah.
It's never going to be
It's Coach GM.
Exactly.
Because...
it's so wrong in this situation because Stan Bowman has butt-fucked this team so much.
Yeah, he has, but at the same time, I don't know. Like, we've talked about it so many times, like last season during postseason. It's just, I think it's Hughes' time. Like, he's done all he can here. He won 3 cups. I think the players just, they don't. It doesn't work anymore for them. They need something new. It happens sometimes, you know. But
then you go to who is going to step up and who's going to take his position. I mean, he's arguably one of the best coaches in the NHL.
Yeah,
but I mean, and
that's
who
they've always said that the guy that they got in the minors, Jeremy Colleton, is that his name? I think it's Jeremy Colleton. I could be wrong.
Let's go!
What happened?
Sorry, we got the cup on.
Cubbies just tied it at 1 in the bottom of the 8th.
Fucking Javi, baby, let's go!
Yeah, I totally didn't say we should trade him at the beginning of the year.
I'm pretty sure it's Jeremy Colleton, but he's always been. My mom just texted me. She goes, "Mama going down. Mama going down." It's always been said that he's going to end up taking over the team, which I'm real excited for whenever that happens because he was incredible with Rockford last year.
Yeah,
I mean he helped that team a lot get to the conference final. So I'm excited to see what he's able to do at the NHL level.
That's definitely a good look because too. Then it's like you'll have a coach that has no issue playing with these young guys and getting these young guys in the lineup.
And he's been in the system. He knows what it's like.
That too.
He knows the guys that are down there, and he knows who could potentially be called up that Q might not. I mean, obviously they all talk and everything like that, but I don't know. And obviously Q and Bowman, they don't see eye to eye.
No.
Like everybody knows that they don't see eye to eye. That's basically why Jarom got traded, and that sucks. Like you just traded one of if not our best defensemen, just because you didn't like the coach and you kind of want to screw him over. Like, yeah,
I think if someone's got to go, I think it honestly should be both because, like you kind of just said there, one is struggling because of what the other one's moves were, kind of thing, and the other one is struggling to make moves happen because the other one isn't willing to use what is being given to him.
I don't think you could do both though.
You can't at the same time, at least.
Exactly, because that sends the message to everybody that we're going, oh shit, what is going on right now? We got to start from the very beginning. You know,
but at the same time, I mean, Rocky already said, "Hey, if we have another bad year, like shit's going south. Like if shit's going south, I'm fucking fixing this shit." Like
I don't know.
He just turned the Blackhawks into a money-making business. He's not going to let it fucking go downhill whatsoever.
If I'm Rocky, I'm putting a phone call into Stevie Y. Why not?
Yeah.
You mean Stevie, why not?
Why not?
How are you?
But honestly, I think it's like Q's going to be on the hot seat November, December, around there. And they make the move, maybe in the offseason. Bowman's gone after that. If things go south quick.
I think if they aren't in a playoff position, like if they are mathematically eliminated, Bowman will be gone at that point. I don't think it waits to the offseason if they miss the playoffs.
I don't know. It's just going to be interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be hard because do you give Bowman extra time to continue to screw things up, or do you just cut it off before?
No, I'm saying like no, right. I'm saying so. Say March 1st after the trade deadline, we don't make any moves. A week later, we get eliminated. There's no chance we make the playoffs. That's when you cut the ties with Bowman. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think you wait till the offseason. I don't think you give him the offseason. I think you cut it sooner than later. Get a new guy in there so he can just get to work.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
I don't know. It's gonna be.
Honestly,
let's just hope everything goes well.
Yeah,
because I'd rather see
exactly.
that than
yeah.
firing.
There could be a lot of changes, or there could be none.
It's going to be a weird year, I think, regardless. Like, last year was weird.
It'll keep you on the edge of your seat.
Yeah, I think this is just going to be...
So many possibilities going on right now. First, we're in a blender. Now we're saving lives? What?
All right, predictions. Where do we think the Hawks are going to end up here? Let's start with are they going to be a playoff team?
No.
Is Crawford healthy?
I don't even think with a healthy Crawford we're a playoff team at this point.
Healthy Crawford, second wild card spot.
Yeah, I agree.
Hurt Crawford,
not even close.
Wishy-washy, in and out of the lineup Crawford. If Crawford doesn't play like 40 games this year,
45.
35 to 45 games, I think they don't stand a chance.
Yep.
I think
I can get on board with that. And it can't be... Jonathan Tays has to figure his shit out. Brandon Side has to figure his shit out. Duncan Keith has to be better. Seabrook, Lord help us if getting in shape didn't make him better, because I saw some things in the preseason that made my hair grayer than it already is.
Yeah, you weirdo. But I think a lot of guys are going to have better years. I think a lot of them will.
Yeah.
But they all need to.
Yep.
Like, that's the thing.
I'm saying fifth in the Central, 7 points out of wild card.
I'm saying 5th in the Central wild card spot. Second wild card spot.
What are we doing?
Place in the Central. Where do you think they're going to end? You already said second wild card.
So 5th.
Well, with Crow's wild card spot, without Crow, they're battling with Dallas to become the last spot.
Yep.
In the Central.
Yep. All right, let's go predictions here.
Happier thoughts. Happier thoughts here.
Into just NHL talk.
No more Hawks.
No
NHL, baby.
We're doing a short episode today. I mean, back-to-back long-ass episodes. I think we'll keep it a little bit short.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Short as an hour and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Keep it rolling. We can describe the Cubs game. No big deal.
Who comes out of the East going into the final?
I know we talked about happier thoughts, but
let's do this. Who's your Eastern Conference final? How about that? Let's do that.
I hate doing this.
I'll give you mine. Tampa, Toronto.
I was going to say the same thing, but I don't think that's going to be possible with where they're going to finish in the division.
No, they'll play each other second round.
Oh, shit, that's right. God, I hate this mother... Oh.
That's who my ideal one would be.
So dumb. All right, let's just do Eastern Conference champ then, because that's going to be too difficult trying to figure out who can actually play who.
All right, you go first.
Toronto, coming out of it.
Toronto.
I'm pissed about it. But
I was trying to see if you look if you died at all when you said that.
Did you see me suck the tear back up?
Yeah. I guess we know Nolly's pick.
If we're going conference final, honestly, I might say Toronto Pitt. I think the Penguins can get back to the conference final.
It's another one where their goaltenders gonna have to be much better.
But yeah, we're gonna go with Toronto.
Jack?
I said Toronto.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Sorry. How about out of the West? What are we thinking? Couple different options, I think.
A lot of people are predicting Sharks, and I just don't see it. I really don't.
No. I originally said I was saying it was going to be when they picked up Carlson. I was like, "Oh, Toronto versus San Jose," but I think
I don't see it with them.
No.
I don't they have a good team, but I don't know. I mean, they could absolutely do it. They have a good team, but I just personally I don't see.
I think they're going to be in the conference finals for sure.
Well, I mean, considering who they're going to have to go through, probably one of LA, Vegas, Vegas. I mean, looking at their division, they're going to come out of their division.
Yeah.
Depending on who they play, if they end up playing a wild card team, if it's like, even if it's like a Minnesota or even St. Louis, I don't know. St. Louis team going hot into the playoffs against the Sharks.
That would be
that could be a playoff.
bruising match.
Do you think St. Louis is going to be a wild card?
Depending on their goaltending.
It's true. I don't know.
They
could get a third spot.
I don't
know.
I still think
they
they're.
Squeak into a third, but they can also piss it away a little bit.
I don't know. I still have a hard time seeing Minnesota doing better than St. Louis.
Never know.
Minnesota can get hot.
Yeah,
there are times when they go on 10, 11 game winning streaks, and you're just like, all right, can't wait for them to lose 19 in a row in the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess conference final, Winnipeg, San Jose. Winnipeg coming out.
That's fine.
Well, this is boring. We're all the same.
Yeah.
It's also boring because it's like those are probably the top two teams in the division.
So basically we're saying Canada's finally getting the Stanley Cup back.
It's difficult to not put Vegas in there, but I just obviously if we haven't learned our lesson yet, never count Vegas out. But I just can't see them going.
I think they're going to do great this year.
I'm going to say they're going to suck till the day I die, and I don't care how wrong I am until the day I die. I am saying no Vegas, no playoffs,
no Vegas,
nothing.
none at all.
I think they're going to be good, but I just don't think it's going to be what the Magic from last year. Like I just think
it's going to be harder.
Yeah,
it's going to be very hard. They literally put that city on their back just to help them the whole fucking season. So, and that's tough. Fucking hate this shit, but Stanley Cup.
My mental health.
You're all
saying Winnipeg.
Winnipeg. I mean, no, you're all in, right?
Oh, I'm all in, baby. Do I think it's gonna happen? There's that much Cubs factor.
I like how it's just every time it was smaller and bigger.
I don't know. The Cubs fan in me and the Leafs fan in me and the before Hawks fan, before 3 Stanley Cup Hawks fan in me, it's like it's never gonna happen. But
fuck, spit in my eye.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing that a lot this year.
God damn it. So wait. Is it more so that you're nervous? That you just don't not you're nervous, but you just don't foresee it happening? Or do you actually not think that they're ready yet?
No, I think they can do it. It's just personally like
your own mental.
I don't want to believe it until it happens.
Gotcha.
I think they're gonna have a real slow start.
Do you really?
I think so.
Interesting.
I do. I think it's gonna be little. Just getting Tavares in the mix of things, having him get used to the media up there, all that. I know he went through preseason and looked good, but that's preseason like we always say.
Not having an issue.
But he's also a fucking all-star in that NHL. I mean, still waiting on Nylander to sign.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, too. That's going to be a huge factor, too.
So, a lot of the guys, Matthews played with Nylander. I mean, now you got to play with Tyler Ennis, which Matthews can turn Tyler Ennis into a fucking $4 million guy per year guaranteed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they might have a slow start, but they'll be in it in the end, obviously. But yeah, who you guys got for Hart?
Well, who's your final winner?
I'm gonna go with the Leafs.
Cool, you're both dead to me. Hart. Oh, right in the eye.
Yeah, but like looking at it, you said your mental health.
Yeah.
So that means at Hart.
At Hart. Segue. How about it?
We're good at this, fellas.
Yeah. I am gonna go with Patrick Kane.
Wow.
Bold. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kane. I don't know. I always feel like whenever he promises something, he delivers. You know.
True. I'm gonna go at a team I forgot about when we were talking about the Sharks. Nate McKinnon. Colorado Avalanche.
Mm-hmm.
See the Sharks against Colorado first round. Colorado almost surprised the Preds.
Yeah.
Last year. And yeah, I'm gonna go Nate McKinnon for the Hart.
I'm gonna take the cop out and go McJesus. I mean, it's especially, but you know what though?
It's an easy pick, but it's a smart pick.
I mean, if he does what he can does consistently on a
Oh,
team, that's
like get
even,
over 100 points and almost lead his team to the playoffs, but not do it, and then still lose the fucking Hart.
being the entire team, though.
But he still lost the Hart this year. It's just, I feel like even the NHL is like, all right, that's too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's, barring an injury-filled season, it's going to be impossible for Erik Karlsson not to win the Norris.
It's set up for him, but I'm still going Hedman. I'm going Hedman back to back.
Because he's the best all-around defenseman, right?
Second best all around, but I'd still take him over Doughty.
Wait a minute.
I don't get
That
your
makes
argument.
no sense
do not get your
whatsoever.
argument at all with this.
Okay, Doughty, best all around defenseman. Hedman, great all around, gets more points.
And like
He might
Tanner
lack a
said,
little bit,
so
where Doughty. So it's like defensive play, physical play, offensive play for Doughty across the board, and then it's like Hedman, defensive play same as Doughty, physical play just a little bit, offensive play a little bit higher.
write a blog about it. I don't understand this.
Yep. I'm not getting it either. Put it in terms of like
That's
maybe
just how I feel.
NHL 19 like ratings.
Like, okay, like Drew Doughty's offense 90, his defense 90, his physical play 90, and then you go Hedman, it's like offensive play 94, defensive play 90, and then physical play 86.
So that averages out to 90. So they're both at 90. So they're both even.
No, they're not 30 for 30 guys.
Drew Doughty's a 30 for 30 guy, 10 goals, 50 assists.
He's a huge 30 for 30
Huge
guy.
30 for 30 times 2 for points.
What an idiot. Stupid idiot, Tanner. All right.
I said it before. Hedman's my favorite defenseman in the league.
I still don't get your argument though. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm trying to. I just don't get it.
Okay, McDavid's the best player in the league, but he's not my favorite player in the league.
No, I'm not talking about that comment. I'm just talking about your general statement.
Frig off, Jack.
Jarom,
It makes sense in my head.
what's your pick for Norris so we can move on for Christ's sake?
Hedman.
Hedman?
Yeah.
Okay. Vizina.
What's that, Regina?
Vizina.
He drinks a lot of hand sanitizer.
I'm saying Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky.
Vasilevsky train?
Yeah.
It's a solid pick.
Who you got?
I'm gonna wait because mine's a mic drop.
Corey Crawford.
Still Cam Ward. I want to say Vasilevsky just because he's going to do what he always does, even if he gets tired again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going to throw out Bob because he's in a contract year, and Bob throws up stupid good numbers. So I'm going to say Bob.
He does have a great regular season every year, so.
Always.
He really does.
Always. And that's all that matters for the awards.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Ben
real,
Bishop, don't fucking do it.
real life, I think Antti Ranta.
Okay.
Oh.
Antti Ranta, once again, unless
He
injury
had
filled.
he had the stats last year.
Yeah.
He had the same. He had better stats than Marc-Andre Fleury.
But he was
Marc-Andre
just
Fleury
hurt.
had 5 votes.
But he was just hurt
Or
all
he was
year
5th
long.
in votes.
Right. So, as long as he's able to stay healthy, he's going to help that team either get to the playoffs or damn near close.
Yeah.
I think that he's going to end up picking it up this year.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Who gets the Calder?
I'm glad we're not all just copping out here.
Who gets the Calder?
Brixie Cat, he can do it, right?
No, people are still pissed off about the Panarin.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. And not to chirp you about copping out and then copping out, but I mean, it's got to be Allen, right?
There's no way it's not.
It's got to be.
Unless it's a McDavid and he gets hurt 20 games in.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like I'm saying that for all of these.
I'll go different than Dallin, just to be the guy. What's the guy in Carolina? Zesnikov?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
Seveminov.
Alexei Zhemnov.
Alexei Zhemnov.
That's what it sounded like.
Yeah.
Is it Svechnikov?
I think so. Yeah, Svechnikov. Svechnikov?
That's not a bad one. I don't think anybody in Carolina is ever going to win.
No.
It is Svechnikov.
Yeah.
What up, Poets?
Isn't that what I said the first time?
But I feel like the last couple of years, the Vezina, like, going into it, it's like 3 guys that nobody ever predicted would have been up for it, you know?
Yeah.
You mean Calder?
The Calder, sorry.
Yeah.
Calder. Which is awesome, because it's just showing how bright the future is in the NHL. Like, Clayton Keller came out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And Brock Besser, like, nobody saw these guys coming up.
Right.
And Marty Barzal, like...
Matt.
Yeah, Matty.
I
Nobody
think,
remembers the kid's name. Everybody's thinking Johnny.
I think Buffalo can have 2 of the 3 nominees next year with Dallin and Middlestat.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
With
he's going to have a
Buffalo's
great
team,
year.
Well, and can't count out Brady Tkachuk either.
Yeah.
I mean, kid's a beast. I mean, he is in Ottawa.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ.
They might just give it to him because they feel sorry for him for being in Ottawa.
That's what I was just going to say. It could be like,
sympathy vote.
Barzal was on the island, like, and he had a shit ton of points. I mean, you can get 60 points as a rookie on a shit team and get fucking Calder.
Yeah, I mean...
You going to go with anybody, or...?
I fucking said Dallin.
Oh, you did go with Dallin?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm
First time
sorry.
to go.
I thought you were still...
Get out of my fucking grill.
I thought you were still thinking about it.
No.
All right, never mind. And then finally, since last year was the first year since like 1960-something that no coaches got fired, somebody's got to go this year. During the season, right. It happened 20 seconds after the season ended for poor Alain Vigneault, but who's going to be the first guy to get canned this year?
Todd McLennan.
Who?
Todd McLennan.
I thought you said Ron McLean, and I was like, you mean the guy that hosts Hockey Night
in Canada?
Yeah, he's fucking out of here.
Don Cherry's getting him out of there. That's a good pick.
That is a good one. That's a really good one, because if they're not in the playoff spot by November,
Peace out.
he's
Girl
on
Scout.
the hot seat.
Yeah.
Or
they're just gonna hang him.
Yeah.
Because Edmonton fans are psycho.
Yeah. Funny thing is, though, you don't have McDavid. That team's dog shit.
Oh, God, yeah.
They don't care.
I gotta go Q.
Hard not to.
Yeah.
Hard not to.
Edmonton is a good one, though.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Jeff Blashill. Detroit.
It's like they have no future.
Unless I think the only way he loses his job is if like a Q becomes available.
Yeah.
It might be one of those, okay, you're gone, so we're bringing the better guy.
It's hard to pick. It's hard to, like, a Carolina. It's hard to, or a Phoenix, even. Like, it's those teams that aren't projected to do anything. It's like, why let go of the coach if you're not projected to do anything anyway?
Actually, can I change mine real quick before we stamp it?
Sure.
I'm going to say Bruce Boudreau in Minnesota.
There you go. That's much better.
That's fair.
I'm going to say Bruce in Minnesota because right now is about the time.
The
time span.
His 5 year.
Right.
His 5 years up.
Of when they're like, all right, we've had enough of you. Usually it comes in the off season, but might have a slower start to begin the year because they're basically running with the exact same team that they had back in fucking 2013. So,
can you imagine if the fucking Hawks picked up Boudreau?
Ugh.
Flip flopped with Minnesota.
Ugh.
Hard
Gross.
no.
Tell me right now.
Shoot me now. Cool. All right, back to some short episodes. Next time you hear from us, it'll be the beginning of the NHL season. Is everybody excited?
Let's fucking go, baby! It's October! Yeah.
Brian's ready.
Hey. Hawks Leafs, third game of the season. How about it? How about it?
How about it? How about it? How about it?
Less
I'm
than a week
excited.
away.
I can't wait to watch the Leafs power play completely demoralize the entire 22,000 that's going to be in the United Center. So
Hey, you know what? Just make sure you don't take any penalties. That's all you gotta do.
That's
That's
it.
all you
No
gotta do.
checking. Do not go near him. Just
No.
stick length
Don't
Don't do
away.
anything.
Who won the Hawks gonna throw the weight around anyway?
Yeah.
Just do the Tampa Bay 1-2-2.
Yeah. But yeah, get ready. Get excited, fellas.
Yeah.
All is right in the world
And
again.
ladies.
Well, I mean, I was talking to you, but yeah,
Yeah,
ladies.
lady. Hi, how are you? Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how are ya? All right, we're going to wrap it up because the Cubs are about to go into extra innings. Thanks for tuning in here for episode number 47 for Poets, Nolly, and Jarom.
Later!
Follow the guys on Twitter at WCBP, on Instagram, WCBPodcast, and like them on Facebook, the Windy City Benders Podcast. The Windy City Benders Podcast.